Have you ever heard a voice? When you were completely alone? Felt eyes watching you from the shadows even when no one was there? This isn't just a ghost story. It's a journey through fractured memories, blurred identity, and a door that should never have opened. A door that never stays closed. If you love psychological horror and stories that linger long after the last word, you'll be exactly where you need to be. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell. Take a deep breath, because the door is already opened. Die. The whisper I couldn't ignore. I never believed in signs. I'm a coffee bee, foretalking, logic over instinct type. But that night, everything changed. It started with a whisper. 2:13 a.m. I remember the time. I live alone. 5th floor, end of the hall. The whisper was to read like someone was in the room with me. Come here, just 2 words. But they crawled beneath my skin like ice. I sat up, heart pounding. The apartment was silent. No wind, no creaking pipes, just darkness and that whisper echoing in my head. I told myself it was nothing. A dream. Sleep paralysis, maybe. I even muttered, "Get it together, man." Then it came again closer. Come ... here. That time I jolted upright, grabbed my phone, turned on the flashlight, scanned the room. Closet closed. Window shut. Bathroom door slightly open. I grabbed the only weapon I had, damn umbrella, and crept forward. The bathroom was empty, just my reflection, pale and afraid. Then something flickered in the mirror. A shadow. Behind me, I turned nothing, but the whisper returned right behind my ear. Downstairs, I didn't think. I ran. No shoes, just the umbrella in hand. Out the door, down the stairs, into the night. The street was dead. No sound, no movement. The world felt paused. And then I saw it. The old basement door beside the dumpster, locked for years, forgotten. But tonight, it was open. Not wide, just enough to see the dark inside. I should have gone back. Instead, I walked toward it. It wasn't fear or curiosity pulling me in. It was need. Inside, the air dropped cold. My breath fogged. The floor vibrated beneath me. The place smelled of wet concrete and rust. And at the far end, past the broken shelves and dripping pipes, a door, black, smooth, no handle. One that shouldn't be there. I know that basement. I've lived here 6 years. That door never existed. I stared, heard something behind it breathing, static, something wrong. Then the whisper again. Open it. I ran. Back upstairs, didn't look back. When I reached my apartment, I checked my phone. 2:13 a.m. again. The exact time I first heard it. I haven't slept since. Every night it calls me. Come here. I ignore it. But it's getting louder. Closer. And the door. It's not just waiting. It's opening. A door that shouldn't exist for 2 days. I avoided the basement. I stayed inside, blinds drawn, phone on silent, pretending none of it ever happened. But the problem with pretending is you have to believe yourself. And I didn't. Every time I closed my eyes, I saw the door, the smooth, impossible black surface. It's not wood, not metal dash, just ... void. Like it absorbed light instead of reflecting it. And the whisper, it didn't stop. If anything, it grew bolder. The second night, I was brushing my teeth when I heard it again. This time, it didn't say, "Come here." It said, "You forgot." I dropped the toothbrush, frozen. That word echoed like a gong inside me. Foam dripped from my mouth as I stared at my reflection and felt a strange, irrational thought. What if I really did forget something, but what? I've always had a good memory too. Good, some say. Dates, faces, conversations, word for word. But this felt different. Like something buried deep inside me was trying to surface. Something I'd sealed away long ago. Sleep was impossible. Earplugs, white noise, podcasts on ancient history. Nothing worked. At 3:12 a.m., wide awake, the whisper came again. Go back. I sat up sweating and knew I couldn't ignore it anymore. Whatever this was, it wasn't going away. Against every ounce of reason, I got dressed, grabbed a flashlight, and headed back to the basement. The hallway was colder than before. The old bulbs flickered like they were fighting to stay alive. My footsteps echoed strangely like the building itself was listening. The basement door was open, of course. I stepped inside. It's the same smell. the same hum beneath the concrete. But the air was thicker now, like breathing through wool. And there it was, the door. Still wrong, still impossible. I approached slowly. Each step felt heavier, like gravity was pulling me down. The flashlight's beam dimmed as I got closer, not because the batteries were dying, but because the darkness near the door swallowed the light. I reached out not to open it, just to touch it, to prove it was real and not a fever dream from exhaustion. My fingers brushed the surface and recoiled instantly. It was warm, not like heat from the sun, but warm like skin, like it was alive. My heart hammered as I staggered back, and then I heard it. It's not a whisper this time. It's 3 slow, deliberate knocks, knock, knock, knock. Then a voice, deep and layered, like many voices speaking as one. "You were here before?" I stumbled backward, nearly dropping the flashlight. My vision blurred, and suddenly a memory flickered. A hallway, not this one. Longer. Red carpet, yellow walls. A door at the end, not black, but white. And me, standing there, crying. Then it was gone, ripped away before I could grasp it. I turned and ran again. But this time the door didn't close behind me. That night, I locked every window, bolted the door, left every light on, and even turned the TV to a channel I hated just to fill the silence. I needed normalcy. Anything to drown out the feeling reality was slipping. Then I looked out my window. Across the street was an old brick building, vacant for years, broken windows, graffiti, dead space. But that night, one window glowed faint blue, and standing there was me. Same clothes, hair, expression, just ... Wrong, like a warped reflection. I blinked. Ever had that moment where you question your sanity, but no, you're not crazy? That was me. Every nerve screamed this was real, even if it made no sense. I needed answers. The next morning, I went to my landlord, Benny, an old guy who's lived here longer than I've been alive. Always smelled like pipe smoke and coffee. I asked him about the basement. He looked at me not confused, not annoyed, but afraid. He said the door wasn't supposed to exist. The blueprints never showed it. Years ago, after a pipe burst, the repair crew found it sealed, no handle, no frame. They bricked it off in mid-90s, before you were born. I told him it was open, said nothing for a long time, just stared with hollow eyes, then whispered, "It calls to certain people." I asked what he meant. He said, "Some doors don't open for everyone, only for those it remembers." I froze. It remembers me. I left without another word, needing time to process. That night, just as I was about to sleep, exhausted and drained, I got a text from an unknown number. A photo of me, standing in front of the basement door. Except I hadn't been down there that day. Underneath, 2 words, "Come back." Through the glass, darkly, I didn't sleep after that text. All night I sat in the kitchen, phone in hand, staring at the photo me, standing in front of the basement door. I hadn't taken it. I hadn't been there, yet there I was. Same scar on my left cheek, same shirt I'd thrown in the laundry that morning, same nervous hand in pocket tick. The timestamp said 2 minutes before the photo arrived. I checked the hallway cameras through the apartment's security app. Nothing. No footage of me going downstairs. No one else either. Just static between 3:11 and 3:13 a.m., the exact moment the photo was taken. That was when I stopped pretending. This wasn't a bad dream. Something real was happening. Something old, buried, and it had my face. By sunrise, I packed a small bag. Flashlight, batteries, water, notebook, knife. Don't judge. It's an old analog tape recorder and a small hand mirror. Instinct told me I'd need it. I looked at myself in the hallway mirror before leaving, studying every feature, just in case I came back different. The basement hadn't changed. The hum pulsed like a heartbeat under concrete. The air was thick with damp silence, and the door was still there, waiting. The flashlight flickered as I approached. I reached out, touched the door. Warm. Alive. The surface rippled like water. Then it opened, not swung, but peeled back like shadows folding in on themselves, revealing a narrow crack of darkness. I stepped through. For a moment I felt weightless. My ears popped. My skin tingled. My vision blurred. Then, I was somewhere else. It looked like the basement, same layout. Pipes, but the walls were smooth, clean, smelling of antiseptic and burnt sugar. The door was gone. Just brick. I was trapped. Flashlight beam darted across the room. Shelves weren't dusty. The boxes had names, mine included. One box read, June 14th, 2002. I opened it. Inside was a mirror just like mine. I looked in and froze. It wasn't my reflection. It was me, but not me. Sunken eyes, gray skin, smiling too wide, mouthing a word I knew. Welcome. I dropped the mirror. Backing away, heart pounding, I saw the hallway had appeared. Fluorescent lights flickered, no fixtures. The corridor twisted, shadows cast without light, doors appearing and vanishing. Photographs lined the walls, pictures of me at every age. Some familiar, some not. One showed me in a hospital bed, wires everywhere. Another me as a child, standing in front of the black door. The nausea hit. I remembered enough. At my aunt's house, I'd found the door once before. I opened it. And now, this was my second time inside. At the hallway's end was a white door, peeling, familiar. My hand shook as I reached for the knob. Behind me, whispers multiplied, growing louder. I opened the door. Inside was me, every version, every age, every emotion. Crying, screaming, laughing, trapped behind mirrors in a vast circular room. In the center, a chair, facing away. It turned. Older me. Tired. Hollow eyes. He looked at me and said one word. Finally. The truth I wasn't ready for? I didn't speak. I couldn't. The older version of me sat in the chair, hands folded, eyes hollow. Not angry, just ... tired. He nodded toward the empty chair across from him. I didn't move. You're earlier than I was, he said. His voice was rough, like it hadn't been used in years. What is this place? I asked. Where am I? You already know, he said. You've been here before. It just wiped it. I've never escaped, I insisted. Then how do you remember the white door, the red carpet, the scream? I froze. Because he was right. Those weren't dreams. They were memories. Buried. I was 9, I whispered. My aunt's house. The basement. I opened a door that wasn't supposed to be there. Something got out, he said. I looked around the room. Mirrors. All showing different versions of me crying, pacing, silent. Who are they? Pieces of you. The parts you left behind. The ones who didn't make it out. Out of what? The loop. He leaned forward. You've seen the signs, haven't you? The whispers, the photo, the reflection that wasn't yours? I nodded slowly. It's always the same. Right before the door remembers you. I asked the question I was most afraid of. Why? Because you're not whole, he said. No one who touches the door ever is. It splits you, fractures you, leaves pieces here. And to truly leave, you have to reclaim them. My eyes settled on one mirror. A boy May humming a lullaby I'd long forgotten. That was mine, I whispered. My mom used to sing it. He nodded. You didn't just forget memories. You forgot yourself. How do I fix it? You go to them, one by one. I touched the first mirror. It rippled and I fell through. I was 9, in a hospital bed. They said I had episodes, but I hadn't imagined the door. I had escaped. I placed a hand on that younger me, and it all rushed back. Panic, confusion, loneliness. Then I was back. One down, older me said. I moved to the next mirror. 16. Blood on my hands drew. The accident, I forgave myself. When I returned again, I felt more whole. How many are left? Asked. He pointed one mirror. Just darkness inside. What's in there? He looked at me gravely. It's a part of you that opened the door. I left. But something followed. The last mirror stood before me like a black hole, swallowing the room's dim light. There was no reflection, just darkness. Older me stood beside it, silent. This one, he said, is what you've been running from. I reached out. The surface rippled, cold and soft like liquid night. It pulled at me. This wasn't a memory. It was something I buried, something I used to be. I stepped through. Everything shifted. I landed in a place that felt wrong. Not a room, but a space between. Mist curled around me, swallowing sound and time. Then I saw her. A girl, 7, maybe 8, pale skin, tangled dark hair, and eyes too old for her face. She stared at me, unblinking. I knew her. She was me. Not the me who forgot. The one who remembered. I remembered too. The day the door appeared, I was 7. Home alone. Forgotten. The black door wasn't just a door, it was a tear. A fracture. Where fear became real. Where loneliness grew teeth. Called to me because it was me. I wasn't just a child with trauma. I was the portal. The girl took my hand. Her skin was cold. "Don't be afraid," she whispered. "I'm not, but I was, 'cause this was the root. It's the origin. I wasn't just trapped in the loop. I was the loop. Oh, the door was part of me and I of it. You opened it," she said, "but you never closed it." I woke in my apartment. Sunlight, silence, the basement door shut. But I was different, hollow yet whole. Then my phone buzzed. A single message, home. I tried to ignore it, but the whisper returned. Not outside, inside. Come back. Come back. But the door never closed. Each night, the whispers grew louder. Shadows moved. Shapes formed. The girl, my past selves. The door, waiting. One night I looked in the mirror. It wasn't my reflection. It was her eyes, watching. I screamed. I understood. I wasn't escaping the door. I was the door. Now I'm writing this, hoping someone reads it. If you hear a whisper behind a door, don't open it, 'cause once you do, something always follows. And sometimes it learns how to stay.